I got to take my dream trip to Key West. We were there for 5 days and 4 nights. This is everything we did. We flew out of Tampa on a really quick flight down to Key West, and immediately when we landed, we went to get some Cuban food and say hi to all the chickens. We went to Anna's in Key West, and it was delicious. After that, we were finally able to check into our Airbnb, so we made our way over there, and then we spent our first day exploring Key West. We were all over the place on this first day. We stopped and got some frozen drinks because it was so hot, and then we went down to the docks and we got to see all of the fish that were down there, and in between we were bopping around to a bunch of different stores, and I was able to get some stickers for my scrapbook and a few souvenirs of the trip. Before dinner on our first night, we of course had to go to the southernmost point of the continental United States and take a picture there, and then we went to DJ's Clam Shack to get some fried seafood, a must when you're in Key West. We went out and got another drink while we were out, and then went to bed early because the next morning we were taking a seaplane to Dry Tortugas National Park, and since this was the entire point of the trip, we wanted to make sure we got a good night's sleep. This was easily the coolest part of the trip. I loved taking the plane out there. It was gorgeous to see the park from above. We saw sea turtles while we were flying, and then got to have a great half-day adventure there. We snorkeled, we saw fish really up close and personal, and got to hang out on the beach before we got back on the plane and were taken back to Key West. We did choose the half-day adventure because it was a little bit more affordable, but if you can spring for the full thing while taking the seaplane, I think it is absolutely worth it. We went to Eaton Street for lunch and got some delicious fish dishes. After that, we bopped around Key West for the day, getting frozen strawberry daiquiris all over the island before we went home and got ready for dinner. It was our second night of the trip, so we ate at Kaya and got more seafood. We got a bunch of dishes to share. We had an early night because after all that snorkeling, we were exhausted, and we were going to have another early morning the next day because we were getting on a boat, kayaking, and snorkeling again. All of that will be in part 2 of my Key West vlogs.